This is our Daisy recipient for the month, if you haven't figured it out. Let me tell you a little bit about Daisy for those of you that have not heard the story. So Daisy is an award that was started about 20 years ago by the family of Patrick Barnes. Patrick was a 33-year-old new father, husband who was hospitalized for about 6 weeks and unfortunately passed away at the end of that hospitalization with complications from ITP. And the family and Patrick, they were in the Seattle area, and the family expected the nurses to be competent, skilled, very technical at what they did. But what blew them away and touched their heart was the kindness that the nurses shared with Patrick and with them during that 6-week period. And so they tell the story that after Patrick died and they had some time to grieve and to mourn, they thought, we have to do something to honor the nurses. So over a liquid dinner one night, they came up with Daisy, Diseases Attacking the Autoimmune System. They thought it would be a local award in Seattle. It is now in every state across the United States and an international nursing award for compassion. We give one a month, and this month is Tracy. Linda, do you want to read why, or would you like me to? Okay.
So you're gonna know who this is right away. I wanted to share my family's experience as a patient family here at Mercy One. My daughter was admitted twice to Mercy One. We spent 7 out of the last 10 days to treat my daughter for Kawasaki disease. When our daughter was admitted, the first time she was very ill. We had several diagnoses presented to us as the potential cause with no definite test. Tracy was our night nurse multiple times, and she was always a shoulder to cry on, our biggest cheerleader, and most importantly, our investigator. If we had questions, she would immediately do her research and in turn brought us logical answers. She had a way of connecting with our daughter, lab draw after lab draw, test after test, and even helped us get her through a 40-minute MRI without sedation.
That's amazing.
Huge.
Yeah.
Huge for that age especially. We were discharged and found out a few days later on Halloween that we would be admitted from that Thursday to Sunday. My daughter was devastated. Tracy had mentioned that she was back Halloween night when we were there at the previous admission, and once my daughter found out Tracy would be there, it took any fear or worry away. She literally ran into the hospital ready for admission.
That's unusual too. Yeah.
We received IVIG that night, and Tracy never left our side. She distracted my daughter by offering nail polish, all the while easing our fears once again. I thank God we had all the nurses and doctors and techs to help us through.
Wow. That's pretty cool. Much better than that, Tracy.
Thank you for coming.
Well, we're not done yet. Daisy comes with prizes. So you will have a banner that will be hanging here somewhere there it is, for a month. You have a portfolio that is signed by the Barnes family and myself. I wonder if you would help me with this. Hold this thing.
Sorry. You can go.
Yeah, go ahead. Going to 308? Yeah, right here.
Daisy partners with Kleenex, but everybody seems to be doing okay. Except maybe that little one in there. There's also cinnamon rolls, I'm assuming, somewhere that we'll break into in a minute. The story about the cinnamon rolls is that when Patrick was still able to eat, his dad brought one of those, the gooey big Cinnabon rolls you get at the mall. Dad brought it for himself with full intention of eating it himself, and Patrick said, "Ooh, that smells good. I think I'll have a bite," and proceeded to eat the whole thing. So asked his dad to bring cinnamon rolls for the nurses every day. So we don't have Cinnabons, but we have Hy-Vee cinnamon rolls, next best thing. And but what the Barnes family has noticed as they've gone across the United States to give out this award is nurses often say, "I was just doing my job." But we know it's so much more than that to our patients and families. So the Barnes family wants nurses, every time you bake with cinnamon, taste cinnamon, smell cinnamon, to think about how special that you are. You have a Daisy pin that you should wear proudly. You have Daisy flowers. We've added a new gift starting this year. So we are giving you a little daisy to put your badge on. You'll be the first one that'll be having this, and so I'm sure everybody that's a daisy will be asking you where you got it. And you can tell them to see me if they really want one. And then I think what is the best award of all is this statue called the Healer's Touch. This is handmade by artists in Zimbabwe. They are very honored to make this for Daisy recipients. The healers are very important in their culture, and this also helps to feed many families in that impoverished nation. So we have that as well. So is there anything you'd like to say? Thank you for all that you do. Thank you.